I have a very intentional garden day planned today because I want to do something, well, intentional, specific. I need to add some color into my dreary winter garden. We're lucky that the sun is shining on us today, but it is freezing out here. Hi you guys, this is Nicole from My Carolina Garden. My garden is located in growing zone 8B and we are in southeastern North Carolina. Project number 1 is updating my garden easel. So obviously everything in it is dead and brown, just like I feel like the rest of the garden is right now. So I have some things that I want to add into it to change that. I can see this garden easel from inside my house. So when I look outside, I want to have some color instead of drab. Of course, this time of year, there's only a handful of plants or flowers that you can use that are going to stay fine in the winter weather. And of course, pansies are one of those things. These pansies I picked in particular because of the colors on them. I wanted warm tones, and I am very attracted to like this reddish, dusty, pinkish kind of blend that we have going on here. So I'm going to use these, maybe this whole pack, I'm not sure, in my garden easel. Then I went around my yard doing some clipping of some evergreens, much like I did when I was creating my greenhouse swag. So I have some clippings of my Leland cypress, which will be a backdrop for the pansies. And then I also have some clippings of my holly tree, which is also in my way back fence line by the Leland cypress. So I don't even get to enjoy the beautiful red berries on this guy. So I did some clipping of that as well. Evergreens, they'll stay green in there for a bit of time and just hopefully accent the pansies in a really pretty way. On top of that, I also took my kind of Whoville decor from my greenhouse swag pot arrangement that I had created in December. I thought this would be a potential addition just because Valentine's Day is going to be on its way. But while it matches the red berries beautifully, I'm not sure if I like the way it looks with my pansies. So that'll be a wait and see once the whole container gets put together. For now, let's start by getting rid of the dead, gross stuff. Got dirt stuck to my chapstick. I don't know if you caught my recent video where I took you to the beach with me. Right before we went to the beach, we went to the garden center because, you know, I like to do that and always want to see what kind of plants are available. And there's actually quite a beautiful selection of pansies and violas. So it's not just like you had one thing to choose from, but you had a lot of colors. And I have to say that I've kind of been in love with this color combination right here since that day. I was just thinking about the swirls, this one right here, the swirls that are inside of that particular flower. I love it. So I picked it up knowing that I was going to go ahead and use these somewhere. So pansies are going to be the front focal point of my garden box right there inside the easel, and I will be watering them in even though we're experiencing freezing cold temperatures and it will be below 30 degrees tonight. Since it is early in the day right now and the sun is out, it is good for me to give these guys a watering. The sun being out today will allow enough time for the foliage to actually dry out so it won't freeze up on top. And did you know it actually takes more energy to freeze wet soil than dry soil? So I'm protecting these guys by watering them in, just so you know. Don't want you to think I'm ever going to try to harm my beautiful flowers. I took my gloves off, and the reason is, I say this all the time, I don't love gardening gloves ever, so half the time I don't wear them. Today I was wearing them thinking they were protecting me from the cold, but I ultimately feel like I can't feel my plants. Like I want to, I don't know, really see what's going on, and those gloves I feel like are bulky. I'd rather get my fingers dirty and know what's going on with my plants. This is it. This is the gorgeous baby. So this one probably needs to go right in the middle. And then there's another one here that's a very close second. And I think it's this one. Yes, I just love all of these warm tones in these swirls. All right, so he's going front and center. We'll do another swirly over here next to a darker toned. Ooh, this one's pretty too. I like the light tones on it. So we'll do two there, and if these are exact matches, yeah, let me see if I have another one that's maybe a little more swirly. I could tell you that I'm kind of regretting taking those gloves off now. Oh my gosh, my hands are so cold. Let me put them back on again, even though I don't like it. Oh man, the wind chill is bitter. Let's see what happens when we start tucking in some more greens. I think I want more pansies than that. Yes, I do. That one. I don't like you. What are you doing differently over here? Here's the scoop. I'm not 100% sold on my little Whoville decor, but this one I hate. It's almost like you're doing both sides of your hair and one side, oh, this is my good side and this is my bad side. That's kind of how I feel about this right now. But you see this one right here, it looks pretty. It looks dangly. It's got movement in the wind. I like that. I'm not absolutely hating the red with the colored pansies, even though they don't match. It's not bad. So for now, we're keeping this pop of color because look at the gorgeousness that is here now as compared to the scraggly brown that we started with. And I get to see this directly out my kitchen window. So heck yeah, let's move on. For our next little pop of color, I want to do two things. This involves spray paint and not new flowers. First, over to this side, I have my blue flamingo, which is always in my poolside gardens. He is a staple piece. He shows off next to pink oleander and pink hibiscus. And then I have a flamingo over here that is pink. That one is not as much of a staple. It's a newer piece and I feel like maybe doesn't show up quite as well as the aqua blue. I'm gonna get both of them over into the yard, staying in the sun, and I'm gonna give them a fresh coat of spray paint because we got a little rust happening, and also I like the vibrant color. So we're gonna get a little bit of exercise in to hopefully warm up a smidge too, because brr, and we're gonna paint these babies. Okay, so this is the spray paint that I got for these guys. This Rust-Oleum one I've used for like summer upon summer for my different things. So I spray flower pots with this, I spray chairs with this, my garden statuary, so everything can look themed and matched. And the aqua and the coral I just love together. So this guy's gonna be more coral than pink, and this guy's sticking with his same color. This is called Seaside, that's the name of the color. Look at the rust around his feathers, geesh. Wow, his legs were pretty badly faded out. I didn't even realize that. I thought I was just protecting the rust, but no. Oh. Ooh, this is gonna be nice. Let's see, I'm gonna have to just repaint his face anyway. Look at that, isn't that pretty? Ooh, let's go for it while there's no wind. All right, we are done with this part of it. We're gonna go in and warm up a little bit, and then we gotta head to the front porch because that's an area where a lot more people see than just me looking out my windows, and I just wanna update with some fresh color in the front. All right. So here's what we're doing now. Putting my dirty shovel down. And you see, I got some nice coral colored paint to go with my gray nail polish, but that's okay, because everyone that knows me knows that a lot of times if I don't have dirty hands from gardening, I have paint on my hands. That's just life of Nicole. So what we're doing right now is updating the front porch a bit, and again, going for some color. I had a black and white theme happening for Christmas time, so I had my cute little Santa, black and white Santa ornament and stuff here, and black and white carpet, etc. So I want to change that. I need to add some color. I know it's not like spring yet, but I went to Hobby Lobby and they have their spring stuff on sale, 40% off, and that's where I got these pillows. And because my door is this blue, I couldn't pass this up because it has the blue in it, but also red and pink, which is really good. I wanted red to be my accents in these planters over the winter, but as I was showing you some of the pieces for the easel as well, some of the red decor. So here's what I'm thinking we're gonna do. These go on my rocking chairs. I'm putting them down delicately. And then also from Hobby Lobby, I got these just couple of picks that are to go inside of my planters. This one's hearts because again, Valentine's Day is coming. So I have one for each planter and then just this pop of red. And then, since we happen to leave two little pansy packs, whatever you want to say, two little pansy groupings, I'm going to do one of each of those in here as well. This was done with the ruffled pansies for the winter time, so it's got like a multi-layered, multicolored look. And then this is the black ones. I forget what it's called, black penny. I'll have to look for the name of that, black something. So keeping those, adding the red, boom, let's do it, changing out the carpet. Okay, so a couple of things I wanted to say. First of all, it's been so super dry here. We were saying we were in a pocket of warmth for a while. Well, we've been in a dry spell. So winter, barely any rain. And these pots, because they're on my front porch too, it's my fault. I got to get out here more and remember to water them. So these plants right here that look a little wilty, and that's why I mentioned the water, are penny black violas. That's their scoop. So penny black violas, the ruffled pansies, and now we have the red pansies that are tucked in here as well. In the back, this is the flax lily. It is a perennial here for me, but obviously you can see we have foliage loss because it's freezing cold. So I've been in the process of clipping back the foliage that gets brown, and then hopefully we see a burst of new color again, because I've had that out here since I had my summer containers with the gorgeous big red caladiums in them, and so I loved it. I loved having that as my backdrop, so I want to keep it if I can. That is the idea. So all in all, the work today was fairly minimal, but I feel like it made a big impact. These guys and the porch color change just makes me feel fresher, and then I feel like when people come up to the front door, they see something that's fresh as well. And then the things we did in the backyard with spray painting statuary as well as the garden easel, again, those are things I'm seeing from inside the house as I look out the window. So winter doesn't feel quite as dreary when you have something with color outside your window. So think about what you can add. And if it's not a plant yet this time of year for you, no biggie. Maybe you can add a piece of statuary or a nice beautiful pot or something just to give you a little bit of cheer. Thanks for watching. Subscribe if you haven't already. And until next time, you guys, happy planting.